Love is a wonderful thing, but it's not always simple. There are moments when you feel like you understand everything, but then there are times when you feel uncertain and lost. So, how can you overcome the challenges in love? In a relationship, love is not just measured by sweet words or luxurious gifts. True, sincere love is demonstrated through concrete actions, care, and protection from your partner. A man who truly loves you will not only care for you when things are easy but will always be by your side, ready to protect you in all situations, whether they are small matters or great challenges. So, how do you recognize a man who loves you through real actions? Let's explore. Welcome to Sophia's Knowledge, and my name is Sophia. This is where we'll learn, grow, and share valuable lessons about love. In today's video, Sophia will reveal to you 6 behaviors men often display when they are serious about a relationship. Let's discover the secrets to building a strong and meaningful love. Before we begin, find a quiet place, put on your headphones, and relax. Let go of all worries and allow the messages in this video to help you calm your mind and fully experience it. Are you ready? Let's start right now. Number 1. Always prioritize you in his life. A clear sign of a serious man. In a relationship, there are many ways to show love and seriousness. One of the most important signs is when a man is willing to prioritize his woman in his life. This is not only shown through words but also through actions, daily habits, and how he organizes his time, work, and relationships around him. Prioritizing doesn't mean giving up everything. First, it's important to understand that when a man prioritizes his woman, it doesn't mean he will give up everything else in his life. A healthy relationship doesn't require anyone to lose themselves to please the other. Instead, prioritizing means he's willing to adjust his schedule, make time, and put in effort so you feel loved and cared for. If a man truly values you, he will find a way to balance work, friends, family, and your relationship. No matter how busy he is, he will still make time for you, not just meet up when he's free or when he doesn't have any other plans. Actions speak louder than words. No need for flowery promises. When a man is serious about you, his actions will be the clearest proof. You can notice this through small things in life. He takes the initiative to spend time with you. A man who truly values you won't make you always be the one asking, "Do you have time to meet me?" or "Are you busy this weekend?" Instead, he will make plans to meet you, whether it's a quick coffee break during the workday or a romantic dinner on the weekend. He adjusts his schedule for you. A busy life is unavoidable, but if a man prioritizes you, he will flexibly change plans to fit you. If you need help or have an important event, he will try to rearrange his schedule to be by your side. He remembers the important things about you. Another sign of prioritization is that he not only remembers your birthday or anniversary but also pays attention to small things like your favorite food, the movie you're watching, or how you like to be cared for. These details show he truly cares about you, not just trying to maintain a superficial relationship. He includes you in major life decisions. If a man is serious, he won't make important decisions without considering you. This could be about work, where to live, or even future plans. He will ask for your opinion, share his plans with you, and see you as an integral part of his life. Prioritization shows in difficult times. One important thing to note is that prioritization doesn't only show when everything is going smoothly but also during difficult times. When you face challenges at work, stress in life, or even just have a bad day, a truly serious man won't leave you. He will be there, listen, encourage you, and try to help you feel better. On the other hand, if a man only shows up when everything is going well but disappears when you need support, that may be a sign he doesn't really place you as a priority in his life. Comparing a man who prioritizes you and a man who sees you as an option, to understand better, let's compare 2 types of men. The one who prioritizes you, when you text or call, he will respond as soon as possible. If he's busy, he will clearly explain the reason and get back to you when he has time. He proactively makes plans, cares about what you want, and always tries to make you feel valued. The one who sees you as an option, he often delays appointments, leaving you waiting with no clear reason. When you need him, you might get a response like "I'm busy, let's do it another time," without any effort to rearrange his time. How to recognize prioritization early in a relationship? Observe how he arranges time for you. Notice if he remembers important details about you. Check if he's willing to listen and share about your issues. See how he behaves when you need help or in difficult situations. Pay attention to whether you always have to take the initiative in the relationship. Finally, a truly serious man won't let you feel insignificant in his life. Prioritization isn't about empty promises or temporary gestures, but about stability, consistency, and being constant in how he treats you. If you notice that the man by your side always tries to spend time and arrange his life so you feel special, that's a clear sign that he truly values you. A lasting relationship is not only built on love but also on care, respect, and the willingness to place each other at the highest priority in life. If you found this video helpful, please share it with your friends or family to spread the value. And if you have any questions or ideas, leave them in the comments. I'm always listening and ready to respond. Let's continue together. Number 2. Open and clear about the relationship. A sign of a serious man. In love, clarity and transparency are always important factors in building trust and sustainability. A man who is truly serious will not hide anything from you, nor be ambiguous in the relationship. Instead, he will be open and clear about his feelings for you. This is not only a way for him to show respect, but also a sign that he wants a long-term commitment. Being open is not the same as boasting. Before diving into this topic, it's important to distinguish between being open and boasting. A serious man will be open about the relationship in a natural and sincere way, not just to prove something in front of others. He doesn't need to constantly post pictures of the two of you on social media or brag about you, but he will never hide your presence in his life. Being open and clear about the relationship means he is comfortable introducing you to his friends, family, and colleagues. He doesn't shy away when asked about his relationship status. He's not afraid to show affection for you in public. He makes sure everyone around him knows you are an important part of his life. If a man loves you but always keeps the relationship in the dark, this could be a sign of ambiguity or a lack of seriousness. He is proud to talk about you. One of the clearest signs of being open about the relationship is when he is proud to talk about you. You will notice this in how he mentions you when talking to friends or family. When someone asks about you, he doesn't avoid the question or give a vague answer. He takes the initiative to share stories about you with close people. He talks about you with a bright smile, showing happiness and appreciation. On the contrary, if a man always stays silent or avoids talking about you, he may not be ready or willing to commit to a long-term relationship. Introducing you to important people. A serious man will not only speak through words but also demonstrate it through actions. One of the most important actions is introducing you to the key people in his life. If he takes you to meet his family, it's a clear sign he's thinking about a long-term future with you. If he invites you to meet his close friends, it shows you play an important role in his life. If he wants you to appear at significant events in his life, it proves you are not just a fleeting relationship. On the other hand, if he always finds reasons to delay or doesn't want you to meet his close people, it could mean he's not entirely sure about this relationship. Clarity about your status. One of the most hurtful things in love is when a man doesn't clarify your position. If he is truly serious, he won't leave you wondering about the relationship. He will clearly tell you that you are his partner, someone he truly cares for. He won't leave you in a state of ambiguity between love and friendship. He will cut off unnecessary relationships with people of the opposite sex to avoid hurting you. Clarity about your status helps you feel secure and not worry about whether he is seriously in love or just looking for a temporary relationship. Not afraid to show affection in public. A man who truly loves you will not hesitate to hold your hand while walking down the street, place his hand on your shoulder as you enter a party, and definitely will not pull away if he sees someone he knows. He doesn't need to express his affection excessively, but there will always be small gestures showing that you are someone he cherishes. If anyone asks about you, he will introduce you clearly and proudly. If a man always seems distant when others are around or tries to hide the relationship, it could be a sign he is not truly serious. Commitment to the relationship. Clarity and love is not only shown through words or actions in front of others but also in how he commits to you. He doesn't make you guess or worry about the future of the relationship. He is always honest with you about what he wants, whether it's in terms of love or life plans. If anything goes wrong, he will address it directly with you, rather than leaving you to guess. Commitment not only makes you feel secure but also serves as a strong foundation for the relationship to progress further. Signs of an ambiguous relationship. On the contrary, if a man exhibits the following signs, you should consider the level of seriousness in his intentions. Never mentions you to his family or friends. Always finds reasons not to introduce you to the important people in his life. Avoids conversations about the future. Does not make the relationship status clear on social media, but also doesn't explain why. Acts ambiguously with people of the opposite sex, making you feel insecure. Finally, a man who truly loves you will never leave you doubting your place in his life. Openness and clarity in the relationship are not luxuries, they are essential factors for you to feel respected and valued. If he is proud to talk about you, willing to introduce you to his family and friends, doesn't avoid questions about you, this is a clear sign that he is serious. True love is not just about emotions but also about commitment and responsibility, and a mature man will always know how to show this. If you are still watching the video, don't hesitate to comment with the word continue. Leave your thoughts and questions in the comments below. I'm really looking forward to hearing your opinions, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so that Sophia has more motivation to create even more meaningful videos. Let's continue together. Number 3. Listening and remembering the little things. A sign of a man who truly loves. In love, care is not only shown through big gifts or sweet words, but sometimes it lies in the small things that not everyone pays attention to. A man who is truly serious and sincere with you will always listen to what you say, even if it's just trivial stories in daily life. Not only that, but he will also remember the things that are important to you, from personal preferences to what makes you happy or sad. Listening, a manifestation of respect. Listening is not just hearing for the sake of hearing, but it's about focusing, caring, and genuinely empathizing with what you share. When a man loves you seriously, he will pay attention to every word you say, not out of obligation, but because he wants to understand you more. A man who truly listens will not interrupt when you're talking. Look into your eyes when talking, rather than just nodding casually. Respond with questions or comments that show concern. Remember what you said and bring it up at the appropriate times. When you talk about a long, exhausting day, he won't just listen passively but will ask more specific questions like, "Did you have a rough day today?" or "How did you solve that afterward?" This shows that he doesn't just hear, but actually wants to understand your emotions. On the contrary, a man who isn't serious may listen passively, nodding but not really paying attention, even forgetting right afterward. If you feel like you have to repeat something several times and he still doesn't remember, it may be a sign that he hasn't given enough attention to you. Remembering the little things, a sign of sincere love. A man who truly cares about you will not only remember your birthday or important occasions but will also keep in mind the little things about you. He will remember your favorite food, how you like your coffee or tea, the movie you mentioned you want to watch, a story you told, the things that make you happy or sad. These seemingly small details are actually signs of sincere love. For example, if you've mentioned that you like sunflowers but dislike roses, and one day he gifts you a bouquet of sunflowers, it shows that he truly pays attention to your preferences. Or, if you talk about a dish you loved when you were a child, and one day he takes you to a place that serves that dish, it not only shows care but also deep affection for you. Listening helps build a lasting relationship. In a relationship, communication is not only about talking but also about listening. When a man pays attention to what you say, the relationship becomes deeper. Listening helps resolve conflicts. No couple is without arguments or disagreements. However, how these conflicts are resolved is what truly matters. A man who knows how to listen will not only try to protect his own viewpoint but will also be ready to listen to your feelings. He won't hastily rebut, but instead will put himself in your shoes to understand how you feel. On the other hand, if a man always interrupts, doesn't care about your feelings, or just wants to protect his own opinions, it may be a sign that he doesn't truly value this relationship. Listening makes you feel valued. When a man remembers the little things about you, you will feel loved and important in his eyes. You don't have to constantly remind him about what you like or dislike because he has naturally kept them in his mind. This creates a strong bond between you both, helping you feel safe and secure in the relationship. A lasting relationship is not only based on sweet words, but also on sincere care for each other's little details in life. How to know if he is really listening to you? Does he remember what you said? If you repeat an old story and he can recall the important details, it shows he truly listened. Does he pay attention to your preferences and habits? If he remembers little things like how you like your coffee or the book you want to read, it's a clear sign he cares about you. Does he show empathy when you talk? A man who truly loves you will not only listen but also show understanding and concern. Does he make time to talk with you? If he's always willing to sit down and listen, instead of browsing his phone or being distracted by other things, it shows he truly values you. Finally, listening and remembering the little things are not grand gestures, but they are the most sincere way to show love. A man who is truly serious will always make time to understand you, care about even the smallest things, and treasure every moment with you. If you are with a man who always pays attention to the smallest details in your life, remembers everything you like, and is always ready to listen when you need, that's a sign he truly loves you. A lasting relationship is not only built on sweet words but also on sincere care for the smallest things in each other's lives. Number 4. Having long-term plans with you. A sign of a serious man. One of the clearest signs that a man is truly serious about the relationship is how he plans for the future with you. If a man views the relationship as a short-term experience, he will never mention the future or make long-term plans with you. But if he sees you as someone important and wants to build a lasting connection, he will proactively talk about future plans, from the small details to the big ones. Not just living in the present, but thinking about the future. A man who loves you genuinely will not only enjoy the joyful moments in the present but will also seriously think about both of your futures. He will not shy away from conversations about important matters like career, living arrangements, finances, or even family. Signs he has long-term plans with you: he mentions you when talking about his future. When discussing career, living arrangements, or financial plans, he will use the word we instead of just talking about himself. He includes you in his personal plans. If he's planning to transfer jobs, he will discuss it with you instead of deciding on his own. He has a stable financial plan. A man who wants a long-term relationship will not be wasteful but will have plans for saving and investing to build a solid life with you. He thinks about marriage and family. Although it may not be immediate, he will not shy away from this topic when you bring it up. He proactively talks about joint plans. One of the clearest ways to know if he is serious is to observe if he proactively talks about joint plans for the two of you. Questions a serious man might ask: What do you think about us moving to another city in a few years? I'm planning to buy a house in the future. Would you like to be involved in this decision? I think it would be fun if we started a business together. What do you think? If we have children later on, which school would you like them to go to? Questions like these are not empty promises but a way for him to express his desire to have you in his future. If he proactively brings up these topics, it shows that you are not just part of the present but also an important part of his future life. He does not shy away from commitments. A man who isn't serious will always try to avoid conversations about the future. When you bring up long-term plans, he might respond with vague answers like, "Let's just enjoy the present, we'll worry about the future later." That's a long way off, no need to think about it. I don't want to be tied down to anything right now. These kinds of statements show that he's not ready for commitment or doesn't truly include you in his long-term plans. If you feel like the relationship is stagnating with no plans for the future, perhaps he's not as serious as you might expect. In contrast, a man who wants to commit for the long term will not hesitate to talk about the future with you. He might not have all the answers right away, but at least he's ready to plan and discuss important matters with you. He's willing to adjust his personal plans for you. A man who loves you won't just think about himself, but will also take you into consideration when planning for the future. For example, if he gets a job offer in another city, he will discuss it with you before making a decision. If he plans to pursue further education or change careers, he will consider whether it will affect the relationship. When making financial plans, he will think about how to manage money for the life you both want to build together. This doesn't mean he has to sacrifice everything for you, but at least he will involve you in major decisions in his life. He values stability and building a solid foundation. A serious man will not only live for the present but will also think about building a sustainable future. He will be mindful of finances, career, and other factors to ensure that both of you can have a stable life in the future. If he is working hard to develop his career, it's because he wants a better future for both of you. If he cares about finances, it's not because he's stingy, but because he wants to ensure that he can take care of you and the family in the future. If he pays attention to health and lifestyle, it's because he wants to live a long life by your side. These things show that he's not only concerned about love but also the quality of your life together in the future. Finally, a man who truly loves you will not let the relationship become unclear or ambiguous. He will have long-term plans with you, proactively talk about the future, not shy away from commitments, and be willing to adjust his personal plans to align with the life you both want to build. If you are with a man who is always thinking about the future for both of you, listens to your opinions about big decisions, is ready to commit, and is building a solid foundation for the relationship, that's a clear sign he is truly serious about you. Love is not just about sweet moments in the present but also about preparing for a shared future. If he considers you part of his long-term plans, it shows you are truly important to him, and he wants to walk the long road ahead with you. Number 5. Willing to compromise and resolve conflicts maturely. A sign of a serious man in love. In any relationship, conflict is inevitable. Even the happiest couples sometimes disagree, argue, and experience tense moments. However, what matters is not avoiding conflict, but how both of you resolve the issue together. A man who is truly serious in love will not try to impose his views, nor will he avoid conflict. Instead, he will be willing to compromise, listen, and work with you to find solutions to make the relationship more sustainable. He does not avoid conflict, but is willing to face it and resolve it. Some people, when facing conflict, choose to avoid it. They stay silent, walk away, or bury themselves in work rather than confronting the issue. While this may reduce tension temporarily, unresolved conflicts will build up and damage the relationship in the long term. A mature and serious man will not shy away from talking about the issues you're facing together. He will proactively look for opportunities to discuss calmly, instead of trying to avoid or ignore your feelings. For example, if the two of you argue because he accidentally forgets an important anniversary, instead of staying silent and letting it pass, he will apologize, explain why, and find ways to make up for it. This not only makes you feel respected but also proves that he truly values the relationship. He knows how to control his emotions when debating. When conflict arises, the most obvious trait of a mature man is his ability to control his emotions. He does not let anger control his words and actions. Instead of shouting, criticizing, or blaming, he will calmly find a way to resolve the issue. Immature men often tend to become angry, loud, or exhibit negative behavior during debates. Blame you without acknowledging their own mistakes. React emotionally, such as giving the silent treatment, walking away during an argument, or hurting you with their words. In contrast, a man who is truly serious will lower his voice and listen to you, instead of trying to overpower the debate. Remain calm even when both of you have opposing viewpoints. Focus on the issue rather than attacking each other personally. This helps both of you find solutions rather than turning the conflict into an endless battle. He knows how to listen and respect your point of view. One of the most important elements in resolving conflict maturely is real listening. A man who loves you seriously will not just focus on defending his opinion, but will genuinely care about your thoughts and feelings. He will not interrupt you while you are sharing your thoughts. He will not only listen but also respond sincerely, showing that he understands your point of view. He will not try to dismiss your feelings with phrases like, "You're overreacting," or "Why are you stressing about this?" Instead, he will say, "I understand why you feel that way. I'm sorry for making you feel bad. I'll try not to repeat it next time. I think we can work together to find a solution so both of us feel better." These kinds of statements not only help ease the tension but also show that he genuinely values you and the relationship between the two of you. He is willing to compromise instead of trying to win. In a healthy relationship, no one wins or loses. If a man always wants to be right and never compromises, that's not a sign of serious love. A man who truly loves you will understand that compromising is not about losing oneself, but rather maintaining balance in the relationship. He will be willing to adjust his behavior, change certain habits, if it helps both of you feel more comfortable. For example, if you don't like him spending too much time on his phone when you're together, he will try to reduce that and give more attention to you. If he likes going out late but you prefer stability, the two of you will find a solution that works for both of you instead of forcing the other to change completely. Compromise helps a relationship develop in a healthy and sustainable way. He does not let his ego destroy the relationship. An immature man may let his personal ego overshadow love, making it hard for him to admit mistakes or apologize when needed. But a serious man will not let pride damage the relationship. He will admit his fault when he makes a mistake, instead of blaming the situation or others. He will not hesitate to sincerely apologize when necessary. He knows how to yield when conflict arises, instead of stubbornly defending his point of view at all costs. When a man is mature enough to put love above ego, the relationship becomes much stronger. In the end, conflict is not what's scary in a relationship, but how the two of you resolve it will determine the sustainability of love. A serious man will not avoid conflict, will not let his emotions hurt you, but will always look for a calm and mature way to solve the problem. If he is willing to listen, compromise, and control his emotions when debating, that's a clear sign that he wants to commit long-term with you. A lasting love is not one without conflict, but one in which both are ready to overcome difficulties together with mutual understanding and respect. Number 6. Protects and cares for you in practical ways. A sign of a man who truly loves you. In a relationship, love is not only expressed through words or emotions but also through actions. One of the clearest signs of a serious man who loves you sincerely is the way he protects and cares for you in practical ways. Protection does not necessarily mean grand gestures or strong actions, but rather small, everyday actions that make you feel safe and loved. He protects you in every situation. Protection in a relationship is not just about stepping in when you're in trouble or protecting you from major dangers, it's also about small but meaningful actions. A man who truly loves you will always be attentive to your feelings and try to protect you in every situation, whether it's a normal or tense situation. For example, if you feel uncomfortable in a conversation with someone, he will stand by you and protect you without you having to ask. If you find yourself in an awkward situation, he will always be there to help you get through it, whether emotionally or practically. That's how he shows genuine care. He will protect you in situations such as, when you encounter a rude or disrespectful person, he will not hesitate to speak up and defend you. He is always ready to help you when you need it, from small tasks like carrying your bags to bigger issues like dealing with work or family matters. If you feel unsafe, he will find a way to protect you without you needing to ask. He cares about your health and happiness. A man who truly loves you will always care about your health and happiness in very practical ways. He won't just ask about your work or life but will also notice small details like whether you've eaten properly, whether you've gotten enough sleep, or if you're feeling stressed or anxious. For example, if he notices you're tired or stressed, he won't just ask, "Are you okay?" but will actually take action to help you relax. He might suggest you take a rest, go for a walk to de-stress, or even prepare a light meal to make you feel comfortable. These small but meaningful actions show that he always places your health and happiness as a priority. He will care about you by checking if you've eaten enough, especially when you're busy. Listening to your worries and stresses about work or life and helping you find ways to solve them. Offering practical suggestions on how you can take better care of yourself. He helps you solve problems in a practical way. When you're facing difficulties in work, family, or life, a man who loves you sincerely will not just comfort you with empty words. He will actually offer solutions and ways to help you solve the problem. He won't leave you to face challenges alone but will be by your side, helping you find the right direction. For example, when you're facing financial difficulties, instead of just encouraging you, he might suggest a specific financial plan to help you solve the issue practically. If you're having trouble at work, he will listen to you and may offer advice to improve the situation. He will help you solve problems by offering detailed plans and helping you break down the steps to solve the problem. Willing to join you in tasks like finding solutions or advising you on how to work more effectively. Supporting you in emergencies, from helping with finances to giving advice on important decisions. He cares about your financial matters. A man who truly loves you will not only stay out of your financial issues but will actively care about them. He doesn't just want to share your emotional life, but also wants to build a stable and happy life with you financially. If you're struggling with money, he won't just stand by, he will look for ways to support you. He might help you plan your spending, advise you on saving money, or, if necessary, offer temporary financial assistance to help you get through tough times. However, his concern is not just when you're in difficulty. Even when you're financially stable, he will work with you to create long-term financial plans to secure both of your futures. He will care about your finances by discussing future financial plans together, such as saving for a house or setting up a retirement fund. Helping you plan your spending wisely so you don't have to worry about money during tough times. Giving advice when you face important financial decisions. He takes care of you in moments of vulnerability. Not every moment in your life will be strong, and in times of vulnerability or difficulty, a man who truly loves you will always be by your side. He will never abandon you when you feel lonely or hopeless. Instead, he will care for you practically, from thoughtful gestures to emotional support. When you feel tired, he may prepare a warm meal for you, or simply sit with you and talk to help lighten your mood. When you're sad, he won't just say, "Don't be sad anymore," but will find ways to help you move out of that state with specific actions. He will take care of you by creating a safe and relaxing space for you when you need rest. always being by your side when you feel weak, helping you regain confidence and strength. Doing small but meaningful things like preparing a cozy dinner or taking the time to listen to you. In the end, protecting and caring for you in practical ways is one of the clearest signs of true love and seriousness in a relationship. A man who truly loves you will not only express his love through words but also through concrete, practical actions in everyday life. He will always look for ways to protect you, take care of you, and help you overcome difficulties effectively. When you're with a man like this, you'll feel safe, loved, and truly important in his life. Conclusion. True love is not just expressed through sweet words or romantic gestures, but through practical actions and real concern. A man who is serious in a relationship will show his love not only by protecting you in difficult situations but also by taking care of you in everyday moments. That protection is not only about clear actions but also about understanding your feelings and needs. He will not only stand by you when things are easy but will always be there when you need a companion during tough times. From small things like checking in on your health, noticing changes in your emotions, to larger actions like helping you solve problems in work or life, all of it shows sustainable and practical love. A man who truly loves you will not just say "I love you," but will show his love through concrete actions, protecting and caring for you with his heart and genuine concern. These actions are the foundation of a long-lasting, strong relationship built on understanding. When you feel this kind of practical care from your partner, you know that his love is not just words, but a true commitment in life. That's it for today's video. Thank you for taking the time to watch until the end. I hope you found valuable lessons, and that these insights will help you on your journey of love. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more interesting content in the future. I really appreciate your support and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Wishing you always filled with love and happiness.